Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Millie. Millie is most commonly considered the English pet form of Mildred, but it could essentially be ascribed as a diminutive of any number of female names, beginning with the mil-prefix, Millicent, Milagros, Mila, Milan, Milania, etc., or even names with the nil sound somewhere, such as Amelia, Camilla, Emily. However, Millie has always been most closely associated with Mildred, which itself is an ancient Anglo-Saxon female name originally rendered as Mildry, meaning gentle strength, from the Old English elements mild, gentle, and ry, strength. The name was popularized in England around the 8th century thanks to a well-known Anglo-Saxon abbess-turned-saint named Mildred. Born in the late 7th century, Mildred, or Mildry as she was known in Old English, was the daughter and granddaughter of Anglo-Saxon kings. Her mother was also a saint and princess from Kent, England. Saint Mildred is remembered in England as a pious woman who demonstrated particular compassion for the widows, orphans, and downtrodden. She was known for her humility and gentle strength, apparently the name fit. Her relics are now located at St. Augustine's Abbey in Canterbury, and her feast day is May 18th. Mildred remained a popular Anglo-Saxon name throughout England up until the 11th century Norman Conquest, which is when it slowly fell out of favor. The name was revived again in the 19th century, and the pet form Millie became a common, independently given name in its own right. As far as the modern-day 21st century goes, well, Mildred is passé, but Millie isn't. Today Millie is a top favorite in Scotland, England, Wales, and Ireland. Personality of the girl named Millie. Romance is the hallmark of the Six personality. They exude nurturing, loving, and caring energy. Sixes are in love with the idea of love in its idealized form, and with their magnetic personalities, they easily draw people toward them. Like the number 2 personality, they seek balance and harmony in their life and the world at large. They are conscientious and service-oriented, and a champion for the underdog. These personalities naturally attract money and are usually surrounded by lovely material objects, but their human relationships are always primary. They thrive in giving back to others rather than being motivated by their own desires. This is when they achieve great things. Sixes are natural teachers, ministers, and counselors. Popularity of the girl named Millie. Millie was alive and well in late 19th century America. In fact, in the late 1800s, the name was practically a top 100 favorite. As we turned into the 20th century in the year 1901, Millie was ranked in at number 205 on the charts, pretty respectable indeed. As the decades advanced into the 1900s, Millie's gentle strength began to show signs of aging. The name would see a slow and steady decline decade after decade until finally disappearing from the top 1,000 list in 1967. Millie's semi-retirement would last for more than 40 consecutive years, before this sweet little darling recently re-emerged in 2008. We're not sure what prompted her sudden return, but she is reminiscent of some other old lady pet names: Hattie instead of Harriet, Molly instead of Mary, Maggie instead of Margaret, Sadie instead of Sarah, Josie instead of Josephine, Charlie instead of Charlotte, Elsie instead of Elizabeth, Evie instead of Evelyn, and the list goes on. Americans may have also noticed how popular Old Millie is across the pond on the British Isles and Ireland, and have now taken a second look. As a pet form of Mildred, Millie is super colloquial and casual, but she also has that old-fashioned antique charm that saves her from being just another modern-day Miley, Marley, or Malia. Quick facts on Millie. Gender, girl. Origin, English. Number of syllables, 2. Ranking popularity, 598. Pronunciation, Millie E. Simple meaning, gentle strength. Characteristics of Millie. Sensitive, loving, affectionate, community-minded, family-oriented, humanitarian, compassionate. Cultural references to the baby name Millie. Popular songs on Millie. A song by Alice Cooper, Millie Pulled a Pistol on Santa, Millie and Billy, a song by De La Soul. Famous people named Millie. Millie Hughes Fulford, astronaut. Mildred Millie Jackson, singer/songwriter. Mildred Millie Kirkham, singer. Milagros Millie Correger, Puerto Rican singer. Millie Perkins, actress. Mildred Millie Deegan, baseball player.